Sup? Hey there, Bundy. How you doing? Been throwing up videos and getting ready to get the rest of it up. I've still got to think maybe two more videos I can get out of the recording, and then we're going to be able to do another recording this weekend. But anyway, hey everybody, it's Badger. We're back once again, and today we are going to be once again working on Ye Olde Mammoth. Before I do anything, we're going to start a little cleanup operation here because I have so many tanks. And most of these have been built out here just to prevent myself from, you know, accidentally losing the tank. That there isn't too much of a problem. I think I got two more out here. Let's make sure we're not hitting the actual tank. I think I put one out here already. Yeah, so this is an upgraded tank. This is also an upgraded tank. This is not an upgraded tank, and I've got another tank back there on fire. So, wonderful. Go back over here. And this guy here was a joy to use. Okay, so this has cleared some stuff up. Things will be a little bit easier to operate now. I got two of them, two nice tanks. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to basically hop inside this tank here. I'm going to look around it a bit, make sure I'm satisfied. I think we are going to have to do some modifications on the inside of the tank. So we're going to drop down in here. Okay, so first off, I need to pull this out, number one. And let's find, all right, there's number 9. Now I want to disable there. We've done that. Let's flip this box over. And we've got a box of ammo there just ready to start using. And then on the other side here, we need to drop in. Been doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm hoping you're doing all right too. Let's see. Where is the good? The new seats. Yes, the new seats. There we go. That's interesting. Right about. And let's shove it right there, shall we? There we go. So, what we're going to do is I need to start going into each one of these seats. I also need to add. Well, we'll leave all the tools and all the screens and everything for a later date. We'll see if we can figure out some of this stuff while we're at it. First off, though, G, I want to see which one of these. Put this into control. I want to see which Gatling gun I'm controlling here. Okay, no. He's controlling the wrong one. So let's go back. Let's go back in again. That was the wrong one. Let's put this one in, do control. See if we can get this one to work. All right, right one. And there we go. We've got our current one here. So then the next one, we can put him over on that side. And then, let's see. What will we have to do? The driver is not going to have to do any of the gun shooting if he doesn't want to. So we're not going to need the gunner. He's not going to have to be a gunner. What we are going to do is we're going to add a few more options for the gunner here. So we can have... Let's toggle block on and off. Actually, let's do that over here. Toggle block on and off. And we'll add control. Is there anything else I want to add to that? Oh, cycle subsystems. That'd be awesome. Yeah, let's put that on there. All right, and that's a control seat done. Now, Another thing about this is I'm gonna have to figure out all these screens I've added here at some point. We're gonna have to put something on them. I'm gonna have to put some things on the screens. Um, Depending on what type, let's see, we're using all of our script controls. So we're actually using all of these. I don't know what we'll put on these over here. I may add another control block or two over here just to add some other stuff. Let's go here. Yeah, let's do the same thing over here, but with the opposite gun. Toggle block on and off. Control. And we'll put in here cycle subsystems. Simple enough. Let's test that. Make sure we're on the right side of this, and I can shoot. Perfect. All right. Programming is going along nicely. Now, for the main cockpit seat. Up here, let's see. This is a singular custom controller. Let me control this bad boy and see what we end up with. All right, those are our cannons. We can control this. We can destroy something with this now. Okay, we're going to go back. You can see right there, the system just automatically subs itself back into place. Now, what I want to do is also want to run some other things. All right, that's control. Let's go ahead and toggle that on and off. And we'll set this to control. And then we shall also well, we don't have to do that because this will be a manually targeted gun, so we don't need to do any of that. So that's good right there. Go back to G again. I want to keep working here. We're going to separate this out a bit. We're going to toggle this block on and off, and this should be the rockets, I would think. I would think these would be rockets. Let's find out here. So number 4 is on. Yes. You have not the ability to withstand that type of firepower when it comes in. So the weapon system can just, it can just open up on your butt. See, it should normally turn, but it's not doing that right now. I think I do need to add a few more slats of armor here just to give myself a little bit more help here. Morgan Trial, hello there. Hey man, how you doing? Renegade Bundy. Well, yeah, the interior. Well, I got 2 days off after today, which is nice. So I might end up looking for help on the gunship build. Not the happiest with the current placeholder tail. Hello, Morgan 07. So yeah, 07 Morgan, how you doing? We are just sitting up here programming this bad boy up. I am probably going to add a few more armor slats here because I don't think that's going to have two. Let's go ahead and check that real quick. I'm going to tilt these guns up as high as they possibly can go and see. Okay, I actually could throw a lot more armor in there. Congratulations, Badger. You can actually put more armor on the tank. I believe this is number 6 heavy armor panel right here. And let's find the right armor panel. So that we are well protected inside this nice, cozy little Mammoth tank. Okay, we don't go that far. I 'cause 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 'c There's that one. That might be too much. We'll take that back. I just want to see how many of these I can get away with here. I can't seem to get that over there. Come on. Oh, we almost got it. It's trying to get there somehow. Ah, screwed. It'll be fine. That one little we need flaws in tanks. As Hal Emmerich says, it gives a character. You're just not a person if you don't have a character flaw. Like I said, a couple extra pieces of armor right in here is gonna make us so protected. We're gonna be snuggled. Just snuggied perfectly. Let's see if I can get that one slat there. And it looks like I've got a slat I can put down here. And now I am going to try. We can put some there. We're getting a lot of armor in here. We're going to check the other side too while we're at it, because I got to make sure I got all this armor in there. Yep, I didn't think so. Here we are, boys. Let's see. Let's take this out. That out and that out. Yeah, I'm missing a couple pieces of armor way up there that I could have installed. I don't know where that piece of armor went. I'm going to ignore that for now. As Frieza says, I'm going to ignore that for now. Oh, I can't put nothing there because that's where the one system gets in. All right, let's see if this has any effect on the guns. Just jumped out of there. Let's grab this again. Now, the guns are not very high angle, and that's okay. Woo, now. No, wait, I can at least put armor panels here and there. There we go. We got all kinds of protection now. Round comes in there, it's got to bounce through some stuff. Now for this one, we've got all this stuff that I can play around with. Let's see, number 3. So yeah, this is a nice little point defense gun here. And then we get on this. And those kind of hit each other. They kind of spread a little bit at longer ranges, I've noticed. And they're pretty close together. So that's having a wonderful job. Let's see. Hello, Morgantron. I feel like that should be a default option for turrets. Looks like the base tank design paint job will be tan with black detailing. Glorious. Well, fortunately for all of us, I've basically got everything down pat except for these stupid screens, which I don't know what I don't have anything to put in those. So I'm probably, let's look at them and see if I can't just add some simple stuff. Text and images. Let's see. Try charts there. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys do that. I'll let y'all figure it out. If you want to add some stuff to it and get some like screens. Oh, well, you know, I could do some other stuff. I wonder what. I wonder if I can get a screen. That's one mod I always have difficulty with. But I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start trying to make this monster look like a monster. I want to try and get it from point A to point B. Let me go ahead here and check. Let me look at the posts. Yep, 58 votes. I guess we're going with Desert Tan. So if y'all want to see me paint that today, that's what we'll do. We're gonna desert tan it up, and then I'm gonna have a nice little deal for it. First off, we got to get desert tan somehow. Let's grab this. A nice red. I think I want to take maybe a saturation I want to mess around with. Let's mess around with the saturation here. That's kind of a good desert tan, I think. There we go. Let's see, we can have pretty good saturation. Right about there, I think. And let's see, we've got. Okay. How would y'all like this done? We can do desert digicamo armor or woodland camo in desert. Get dog to help with the screens. He's quite probably when he gets back. I think he's on a trip right now. I don't know if he's back yet or not. So when he comes back, I think I'll just me and him will probably hop in. We'll do some like last minute stuff, and I'll probably get the guys together at some point. We'll do a cinematic with this thing. I'll have to get some good picture. We'll need a base to drive this thing up to so it can like bash its way through it, and drones flying over the top of the tank while it's trying to attack. But yeah, drone. We'll get Dog to do that because Dog is really good with those screens. He's very good at that. Hold up, wait a minute. What? Ah, shit! I did it again. I did it again. Fortunately, it is a simple fix. I just had to put some stuff over the top of it. Ah, why does this keep happening? Hey, if I get this done fast enough, maybe we'll hop over and mess around. Well, I'm not going to get done that quick. What am I fooling? I've got work tomorrow, so we're going to have to do pretty quick. That desert tan just is not working. I'm trying to figure out the desert tan here real quick. That tan is just not doing it for me. I don't know why. It's not it's not tan enough. Sort of like golden scar tan. Let's try to modify this a little more. We got a little too much pink, it looks like. Take a little bit. Oh, it looks a little better. I think. Battered or weldless for black. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I like that. So, I think this is a better. Let's try to. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that's a pretty good tan? Let me. It's getting a little too green. It's somewhere right in there is where it's at. It looks like this right here. Let's do Digi. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. All right, all right, all right. We're going Digi. Let's do this. Boom, check that out. Ooh, that is awesome. We're just gonna digicam every part of this real quick, and then it'll be adding some black to the monster. Oh, that looks amazing. Look at this digicam beast. There we go. Now the hard part. I've got a certain things are gonna have to be certain. Oh, the freaking door. No, I did the door. Shit. The door's over here. This is the finalized version, and I fucked up and I programmed this one by accident. Oh well. Won't be difficult to put the door in. Ah, I've done it again, folks. I've done it again. Yeah. Round two fight. My Scout Rover's color is proper desert tan. Well, this here I'm just wondering. It looks pretty deserty. Let me look over at my at the Wolverine. The Wolverine actually no. Frick, I have a desert tan right over here. I have a freaking Abrams, which has the desert tan. Haha, there we go. That's a proper desert tan right there. I didn't realize I had that. There we go. Okay, so all I got to do is send that to Digicam. Booyah! Oh, that looks way better. Yeah, leave it to somebody else to come up with a much better uh, camo. There we go. Oh, that's much nicer. That is much, much nicer. Okay, so now, what was it we were talking about for black? Is it weathered? What we're planning? Battered armor, black. Uh, dusted armor, either weldless or worn. Clean armor. Mossy armor. Let's do weldless. Okay. Okay, son, you're gonna have to. Nope, it's not gonna let me do it. All right. Oh well, I tried. All right, we're gonna do here, around the sides. Okay, we've got a little black right in there. That's kind of breaking things up a bit. Let's go ahead and blacken out these turrets. And really, that's gonna be fun to try and do. Hold up. Maybe. There now. We'll do that. Oh shit. Let's not do that. Okay, folks. Let's shift and P. And then let's shift in that. There we go. That's actually pretty good. Let's shift and P again. And there we go. Look at that. That's making the barrel kind of pop a little bit. Now all I gotta do is I just gotta get this one section here done. So let's just grab that. And we're gonna start painting her up. This is why, for those that are wondering, why I don't paint the build until I reach until I finish all the physical aspects of it. Because if it looks good in that moment before it is painted, it is really going to look good with the paint job. And I would hit this thing with a fast coater, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. We're not going to worry about that right now. Now, let me hop back up here so you can see kind of how, yeah, you see how that's kind of making it pop now? Let's see, what y'all saying over here? Yeah, that tan color is good. Yeah, I am going to hit that other missile pod right in there. I may pull a piece of armor off there. Like I said, this is going to turn out much better than I had anticipated. It looks mean. Best part, I'm going to take the spray can mod out. And I'm going to use that mod. Yeah. No, we don't want that. Shift back over to Desert P. There we go. And back over to paint. But yeah, I am going to make a gold version of this. Because why not? Hey, if I'm gonna have one of video games' biggest tanks next to an AT-AT Walker or a Bane Blade, dear God, we should build a Bane Blade with a freaking working elevator inside of it. All right, how bad is this gun? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. There we go. It's like painting minis in Warhammer. Oh, geez, that's some tight. There we go. Check that out. That looks awesome. And we're gonna do the same thing to the barrels in the front or the muzzle brakes because yeah, they need to be done. But like I said, this is why I do this. This is why I sit around here. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Let's go up one, two. There we go. That's actually a much faster method of painting right there, using control. And I'll do some silver detail here in a minute, which will add a lot more to the guns and the barrels and everything. And there we go. Check that out. That's looking good. Like I said, just a little bit of, oh crap, we got some, actually, hold on. We might be able to make that work. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, check that out. That is just awesome. The tank is starting to pop a little bit now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this section here and we're going to start blacking it in. And I just want to blacken all this in here. Oh, those panels right there are going to be fun. I knew that. I cannot get those one panels right there. May have to pull some parts off here just to be able to paint everything. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. Oh well. Let's get what we can right now, and then I'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be fun to do. Gold tank for when you really want to dunk on your enemies. Yeah, what is that blinding metal object coming down the way? Team America music starts blasting in the background. There we go. Got that done. This is going to be quite, and I think this paint job is going to last all night with all the detail we got on here because it's such a big tank. It is such a big tank, and I'm going to have a whole lot of time. I'm going to have a good time trying to paint this whole thing up. Okay, we're not going to paint that inside there. Let's see what else I want to paint on this. We'll paint these top parts here. These one sprock areas that are holding on. The rest of that'll be digicam it in there, just nice. And I might add some silver on this too, because I do like adding silver as an accent color for tanks. Those, I seem to have missed I seem to have missed several pieces right in there. Oh wait, this is one of them that I was, uh, ah, F it. We'll have to go back and mess with that. You can see right there how interesting that's looking at the moment. Now there's not going to be a whole lot on this side, so I mean that's understandable. There we go. Got all the way through there. Gonna add some black there just to give a little bit of detail going in. And some detail work there. Okay. Let's go ahead and number 2 here. And then I'm also gonna P this real quick. All right, let's oh no. No, this ain't working out well at all. Oops, Badger's making mistakes. Making a lot of mistakes. There's that done. And that finished. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Put those blocks back in place. And that should... Now all I need is... Let me see. Can I hit that block from here? Tell me I can. Oh, okay. Well, we'll live with it. Booyah. There's that side done. Look at that. See, that black just makes everything pop. Now, all I got to do... Let's go ahead and get this out of the way first. I'm probably just going to go over there and just repaint that entirely. Let's go ahead and repaint all of that. All right, and go back here. But yeah, that's where, when you're doing builds like this, like I said, you have to have the build most of the way done before you can do all this fancy paint and stuff. Because like I said before, one of the main advantages to doing that is you've got your armor all figured out at that point. You've got your armor set. It looks good. The build looks good. Now when you start putting paint on it and painting it up, the paint makes everything just kind of stand out more. It brings out different details. And it makes the tank look, the build itself look much better. And you can add details with paint. Ah, geez, I accidentally turned that. We'll worry about that later. I already got that there. Let's head up here, shall we? Come on, baby, come on. As Elvis usually says, this cat, you mean right there, darling, but this cat got claws too. I should try building a mech at some point. I'm reaching a point where I can build really cool stuff in this game. And I'm wanting to build something kind of crazy at some point. There we are. Oh, wait, I think I can just... Awesome. That's cool. Oh, no. Same problem I ran into over there. I'm going to have to put those parts in at some point in time. So let's go ahead. We're going to go back here, and we're going to start putting this stuff in, and I'll just have to do some touch-up work to everything. I'll have to touch everything up at this point, at some point. Oh, get me on that now. There. That's all done. There we go. So now the other side of the tank is looking really good. We'll have to put some more black on it somewhere in some places. I may do like a black stripe around the side or something. Let's see, I should have had this done. Yeah, we're just going to run through some of this and just get it painted up real quick. Yeah, I'm going to paint some stuff that probably shouldn't be painted, but we'll get over it. We can go back and do some touch up. That's what I usually do with my when I paint a mini. I've had to paint small stuff. And one of the things I've learned about painting things, you don't have to do it in the first shot. Sometimes you can just go in there, make a few mistakes. You can make something look pretty good when you get done. See them back tracks right there, them treads. That nice set of black right in there, just making everything look good. I don't know. I'm thinking about painting, doing something with these side skirts here. And I've yet to get that track mod. I need to get that other track mod and put it on here. It's looking kind of blank. Let's see what happens when I paint one of these up here. Oh, that just adds more detail. Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that. Screw it. Just covered up a job. We just covered up a paint job. Check that out. That gives it a lot more detail. That'll work out wonderful. I love that. Here I am just running through paint, getting it all over things. All right, we got all that stuff done. I've got some touch-up work that needs to be finished. I've got to work on one more of these, and then add some detail stripes around the side of it, because we're going to have a few stripes. That's what we need right now, some stripes. Let's see, maybe we can make that work here. Yeah, there we go. We can just add that. Check that out. Yeah, that's adding a little bit more oomph to the tank. Add that on the other side. Okay. It's looking good. Looking good. A little mean looking tank right there. I'll tell you that much. Let's paint these barrels here black each. And then I gotta do some details on the inside. It's gonna be fun doing the details inside. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so we've got all this outside here pretty well painted. Then maybe a few spots. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna swap over here to silver. There we are. Check this nonsense out here. We're putting some silver on here because the silver armor looks interesting. There we go. And we can have a little bit of silver on this on certain parts. Like I said, nice little accenting color that goes with it. We're gonna accent this section here. Oh boy. Accent the other side. Just little details, little itty bitty details like this. And with these, what I like to call bigature builds, I call them bigatures because that's what they called them when Lord of the Rings. They make these big, giant miniatures. And I'm painting everything but the tank in some places, so bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just paint all of that. That way it really pops out there. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's looking way better. You're seeing some like little nooks here that'll. There we go. That there is looking nice. Really, I should build a man. I should build a scorpion. Scorpion's going to be much smaller than this. I remember when I was reading up on like Halo lore, they were talking about the Scorpion at one time. And they mentioned how the Scorpion's cannon wasn't near what the Abrams cannon was. Like it wasn't as big a caliber. Now we're in a world where our tank cannons are getting smaller because we found out we can make smaller bullets go faster out of the same length of a barrel. You just load a lot more powder in the back end of it. Let it really get a push. It's kind of funny, in my opinion. There we go. Got that done. We're about to finish up these tiny little details here. Just these little details, and we're about done. Okay, we're about finished. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, Badger. There we go. All right. All right. Got those figured out. We're going to paint these silver as well. So that kind of pops up. You can see all the good little details and everything else. It just makes the tank look awesome. There it is right there. Freaking Mammoth just sitting out here ready to go wreck somebody's day. Now I got to go through and let's go ahead and grab this. And then I'm gonna, if I can get in there. There we are. Got a spot of paint right there needs to be fixed. Spot there. Spot there. Oh, I accidentally painted the wrong thing. I painted the wrong one. I'm going to have to go back over it with silver again. This is annoying. This is really annoying. I take out one, and then all of a sudden another one comes up, and it's like, yep, try this color, bub. I swear, game flipping me the middle finger every so often. Okay. That's turned out good. Now, for number 3, because I got to look in here. Nope, number 2. Isn't it? Yeah. There it is. There we go. Now we just got to do that to the other side. Ah, there's a little piece right here I got to deal with. Hang on. All right. We have gotten somewhere. Baby's big, bad, and massive. Let's hop inside here and see what we can do. Okay, so first off, let's grab some of this silver. And I want to silverify that. Almost. If it wasn't for the fact that I've got so much stuff over here. Let's silverify that thing. This. That. There's no way I'm going to be able to touch a lot of that stuff in there. Yeah, I'm probably going to tan that back up. Silverify some of these panels in here. There. That all silvered up. Yeah, that's looking better. That's looking way better. There we go. Now, next thing I want to do, I want to blacken some things up here. And I may paint this thing here red to fit. When your tank has a full dadgum interior and you got to paint the whole thing. The med kits, I think I'm going to make them red. Because why not? All right, there we go. That's looking good. Now for P again. We go. For a nice regular. Go the plastic red. That'll make things look good. There we go. There's medkit 1, medkit 2. Check all that out. Interior's about done already. Oh, wait. Wait. Still got that one. There we go. That's looking awesome. There. That's cool. All right. Let's paint this shaft black here. There we go. And let's grab this silver again. There we go. That's working good. And let's go on with Desert Tan once more. So I can finish up this corner here. And then we can finish up this flooring a bit. What do y'all think? You want to do that or just straight black on the floor? Well, no, actually, I've got a better idea. We'll do straight silver. Because hey, it's going to look good. Boom. All right. 2P here. Boom. All right, one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, that is to put a deal on the top of this thing. Why, brother, 123 just tuning in, and cockpit cabin, whatever, already looks fantastic. Yes, it does. It's looking better, way better than I anticipated it to be. It's looking good, looking real good. We'll do this here. one more thing to this. There. At least those look better now. So all that's looking good. I have one more thing to do, and that is to install this one deal. We've already done the button nonsense, so let's find the button. I already did this last time. Okay, now if I recall correctly, let's go ahead and look over here and see what we did. Because this is where I installed that. I want to see if I'm correct in my assumptions here. Yes, I am. All right, we're correct. We're correct. We're correct. We're correct. Okay, got that done. I need to find an opening here. There we go. Hinge 2. Let's see, what did I set this to? Let's set this to about 10. Reverse that, baby. All right, and the upper limit, we're gonna set that down here to 0. Okay. Time for some blast door blocks, gentlemen. And we're gonna make blast door blocks. Okay. Booyah. There we go. Now then, let's go ahead here. Start setting all the goodness in. She's getting bigger. She's getting better. I'm about to get her done. Oh, come on, come on. One more. There. There we go. let's, okay, that's a little off. Oh, whoops. I should have brought that down a little further. Okay, that works a little better. Let's see here. I can do this a little bit better. Shove those down. Then I want to, let's grab that again. Go to the blast door blocks. Oh yeah, fits perfectly. Look at that. Now, let me see if I can't fit this in. Ooh, this is gonna clang. I am really testing clang with that right there. That little notion right there. There we are. And we need a button down here. We'll take this out. There we go. Hinge 2 is in place. Let me read some comments here. Door hinge isn't quite reaching 0 degree because the blast door ends might get some clang. Nice. From Y Brother 123. Yeah, it's usually just trying to figure out the whole system and figure out how to make it all work. Let's see. Let's hop over here. I'm going to do some more programming because... Okay, let's go to K. Start causing some stuff to happen. All right, heat vent 1 and 2. I don't like that at maximal load. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool, max load. Power dependency, let's just knock it down like 28. Maybe that'll be enough to do it. I don't know. Hinge 2. Hinge hatch door. Let's see. We've got those figured out. Let's grab these two. Oh, wait. We'll just name this Mammoth Power. Where's the batteries at? Oh, there we are. Cripes. Actually, no, let's do the engines like that. Where's our frickin' batteries? Mammoth batteries. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think that's about it. Yeah. So most of this, actually, let's go down here to, actually, let's do that. Take all those out. Why can't I make most of these just like disappear? Da, 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 da. Oh, how do I put those over? I completely forgot. I'll have to figure that out later. Otherwise, everything is working like it's supposed to. Let's top out for a moment. Cause she's still not done. She's still not done. Oh, jeez. I can't believe I missed those. Oh, man. My work is never done. Just imagine me, guys, going in there and trying to make this thing work with a tiny little pencil. Okay, and I'm probably going to regret this, but we're going to copy this bad boy. Love how those tracks just hit the ground like that. Now we have the Mammoth. Let's get her driving. Heck yeah. All right, slow her down, baby. Slow her down. Slow her down. Make sure we can drive this thing good. Need some antennas on it. It needs like two antennas on either side. Now the big test. Incline terrain. Oh shoot. It does not stop on a hill. We're probably gonna wreck this one. Oh baby. Puckered up. Oh. Ooh. Well, still functional. What got tore up? We ripped something. We hit. I don't know what we tore up. I don't see anything torn up. We've got block damage on too. Let's just get it to the side. Let's get her driving here. My brother, very nice. Job's a good one. Morgan Trial, nice save. Yeah. Why, brother? Laugh my ass off. Maybe some Mammoth thrust tucked away somewhere for breaking at least. I think she could break pretty good on her own. It'll break. It just takes a little bit. Part of the reason why it takes so long to break, though, let me hop in here. We're probably going to max the power on this thing. Let's see. Power's at 70%. We're going to do. Yeah. Strength is good. The power is what's supplied to the propulsion. So we're going to go 90% on that. Because I can't do much else with it. Now we're going to turn the tank around, see how she handles going back uphill. She's doing good. That steep incline has me worried. But I'd love to build a Scorpion like this. It doesn't have to be as big, just regular Space Engineers tank size. She looks fantastic, though, just cruising along. But we're going to try and go back up the way we came. So, yeah, beefing it up to about 90% power. I'm putting the power I need to the system. Now let's go for broke. That area has a dent in it. We need to try and see if we can get over some rough terrain in this thing. Probably going to get stuck. Might get stuck. Oh. Come on, darling. What caught us? Ah, it's that frontal armor right there got us. So those deep holes right there are going to be make some difficulty. Let's see what happens if I take her up a different area where there's not a trench. Trenches are always a danger to tanks anyway. Oh, tanks on ice. Tanks on ice, everybody. Tanks on ice. Oh, turn, baby, turn. There we go. Good thing I made a blueprint because we're doing some testing right now. That's what we should do. We should take this thing to Hillcrest. Over half the obstacle at Hillcrest, this thing can just roll right over them. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get her about partial of the way up the hill. Just going to let off. Let her back up and see if she can... Oh, we're not recovering from that. Once that momentum stops, we start going backwards. She is really heavy. It's a lot of heavy armor, though. All right, we've pushed it to a point. We're going to go maximum. All right, here we go. She's picking up speed now. Coast part of the way up the hill. Oh, can she do it? No, she cannot. Okay, so inclined planes, we're going to have to give her some movement. It's nice having a weakness like this. Now, this isn't the tank unable to get up the hill. I'm stopping about halfway just to see what the capability of it is going up that hill. And that's a pretty steep incline. You're probably not going to run into a steep incline with this too much. Let's just do a straight dead run at it and see how she does. She'll probably fly right up over the top of this thing. She slows down for a little bit, and then she's picking up speed. Like I said, it'll get across terrain. It'll get from point A to point B just like it needs to. Just take some time, that's all. And all we've lost really is the frontal armor on the front of it. That's it. You don't want to be turning while you're doing that because part of the skid steer system is that the skid steer will start to it makes the tank some of the treads slide, so you're going to lose traction very quickly. But she moves quick. Oh, we just ran over some stuff. See, we only damaged like some frontal track armor. That's about it. Other than that, she's just plowing on through here. Oh, I am having some performance issues though. This thing must be a lot of PCU. And we just killed a tree. Ain't that nice? I know we just sent a tree home. We just replanted that joker. We just replanted another one. That's pretty cool. No, we didn't hit that. Let's lock on the main gun. There we go. That rear end is where the Mammoth's going to be real weak at right there. It's where a vast majority of them hydrogen tanks are at. Let's see what kind of damage we're looking at here. That's one heavy as heck turret right there. Oh yeah, that's a mean tank. So this one's done. I'm gonna throw on a couple more mods, probably a track mod at some point, and the yeah, what am I gonna throw on here? Let's hop out of this thing real quick. That's the cool part about this tank. You can climb right out this sucker. Okay. Maybe delete a few tanks from Morgan Trial. Yeah, I already did that. Slowly is my guess. Yeah, deja vu. Yeah. Leps, hey, how you doing? Is it finished? It's about finished. Yeah, it needs a few more. You just need some screen stuff put into it. This is the test variant that I was using, and over here is the actual. We'll call it the showroom model. What did I do here? We'll just drop down inside this thing. There we go. Now we're just going to drive this thing over to the showroom area. I do need to have, I'll probably get Dog to come in here and look at through all these computer screens and have him just go nuts. Because Bundy's right. He's really good at the screens and everything. Let's back on out here. So yeah, this is the monster that we've built. Oh, it's glorious. Now, if I give it a little bit of a push forward, that's the kicker with the skid steer system. Because when you take these tires and you make them lose friction, like what they're doing now, they're run frictionless at the moment. Then they start to have issues because it's the friction. The tires have to slip a bit before they recognize that they have friction. It's kind of like how when you have a ship that's overloaded, you've kind of got to make it move forward to get it to turn properly. Oh, wait a minute. We have a nice little canyon right over there because we dropped in a vehicle and it clanged the F out. Oh, we're hitting stuff. Stuff's hitting. Here comes the Mammoth. Get it right up there next to ye old Abrams. There you go. You actually see how big this monster is. This is a monstrous tank right here. You have to put this in the Discord. I'll take a picture of this, put it in Discord, and go from right to left. We have what is that one called? I forgot what he named that. Oh wait, I've still got some more programming I got to do with this thing. Hang on. All right, all this. Let's hop over to number 2 here. Recharge on off. Toggle block on and off. Skid steering, rockets. Okay, yeah, that's working. All right, we got all that done. Now to fill this thing up, I don't know how we're gonna do that. I'm gonna have to look through it again and figure out where I can put a. I think there's a spot down there where I can put. Since I got everything set up, I'll have to get underneath it and look. But here you got it right here. You've got the Mammoth, just ready to go wreck something. Cool part is you can grab onto this and just go right up the top. Just hit that button. Hop down there. You don't really understand the size of this thing until you get up close to it and you start walking around the thing. Because it is a monster. This is a monstrous tank. And you compare this to the Abrams, this is about as close to an actual Abrams as it is. Your head could probably come up over the chassis of the Abrams. This thing in comparison is just as a monster. Let's see, what is this? What was this tank called? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Info. Stem block main battle tank. So we have here from right to left the Sten block, the Wolverine, the Dawnbreaker, the Abrams, and this absolute nightmare of a unit, the Mammoth tank. It's like, who's that guy on the internet? Who's that guy on YouTube who does the videos where he does size comparisons of tanks from like video games and crap? And here it is. There's one reason why I don't like skid steering. Also need a fuck ton of gyros too to get any good turn rate. I think I don't think I have that many gyros on the Mammoth actually. Of course, I'm going for something with some weaknesses. I wouldn't be surprised if this shows up in Aaron's server though. Oh wait, no. Let's just open it up, hop down here, and just look. I've, I've got some gyros. I don't think I've got that many. I shouldn't. I shouldn't have that many. Oh, I just program a button over here. Group. Oh yeah, power comes on when you're like really pulling the batteries. Let's see. Let's go here. I don't think I have that many gyros actually. Let's see. One, two, about six. I have about six gyros with this massive monster. So yeah, Lips, I've got like six gyros for this thing to make it work. Also need to set up the hydrogen and come up with a way to refuel this darn thing. Let's batteries. Let's turn this on here. Run on just fuel. The thing just runs like normal. We got a lot of armor up in there too, like slanted armor, so that if something hits it, it'll kind of deflect it backwards. But yeah, check that out. We have the Mammoth just sitting up here like it's a freaking beast from hell. Plenty of first aid kits, lots of goodies. It's just built like a chunky tank. This part I love. I love being able to just climb right out of this thing. Close that, just basically jump off. And when you get on the tank, you can do it without having to have thrusters. So, no need for jetpacks. If someone is playing on the Mad Aaron server, when I get this put up there, if you're playing on Mad Aaron server, please try to build this thing on Mad Aaron server. It might take a little bit. You may have to do some serious welding, but I'd love to see this thing assault a base. I'd love to see it just haul off and attack a base. The other thing cool right here is these muzzle brakes, man. They look awesome on here. I need to build a three wide cannon that just lobs around through them. Well, that's working pretty good. I like it. I'm probably going to throw this on a couple of forums, a couple of discords, just to see people's reaction to this nightmare. So, yeah. That's pretty awesome looking monster tank right here. Let's see, what was the question Limps asked here? And it does have what I would consider acceptable combat turn rate. Yeah, lore wise, the Mammoth wasn't very fast at turning. It was a big monster tank designed to punch through problems. but light tanks could get around behind it and base eventually kill it. Like you could outmaneuver it in Command and Conquer. So it's designed. It's not supposed to be the ultimate weapon. It's got a specific job to smash whatever it's supposed to get involved with. And then when it's done, smaller, lighter vehicles would probably be taking an effect here. So, like, of all things you'd be bringing into a battlefield, this nightmare machine would, I guarantee this would scare the crap out of you with it rolling up on you if you saw it coming down the desert with a couple of medium tanks. And you'd just be like, oh no, what is that? Very nice, is why brother 123, aka a tiny banana for scale. Yes, I need a tiny banana for scale. But I need to get together with Grexion because Grexion can do some really cool picks. Have him figure out the pick system for me, or teach me how to do the picks because I can do blueprint grabs, but the rest of the stuff just, oh dear lord, it's difficult. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do tonight because I've got work today. I was going to say tomorrow, but I just looked over. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, yeah, it's today. It's today. I'd have been on here sooner, but my kid just decided she wanted to take the day and just do whatever she wanted to take the night and do whatever she wanted. She still ain't got no for Christmas break yet, so that's difficult on all of us. I think what I'm gonna do for the black, I may make that carbon fiber because carbon fiber black is nice, and then the rest of the tank, like where the desert tan is, just make that solid gold and just roll that sucker in there. But this will be the version that comes out. The gold version will probably be what I'm bringing out to deal with stuff with. You could probably also paint this thing red if you wanted, because I think the red would look really good too. Just a big red battle tank just moving in. You're not gonna hide. It's like Mech Warrior. It's like in Mech Warrior, I think it was Blame Pardo was talking about it. He said, yeah. He said originally they were talking about how would you paint these giant 30, 40 story walking death machines, and they were like, do you think we should paint the legs brown, the body green, and then the top blue? And Blame Pardo was like, paint them whatever you want. You're not going to hide that thing out there. It's a walking building. It's not going to get out. You're not going to get it away. Leps, tiny banana for the funny. Yes, I need a tiny banana. Where would I get a tiny banana? Well, we do need a tiny banana. I could probably get a big banana. That's about it. I could make a big one. I'm inspired to try and build the Devil's Tongue tank and Tick tank from Tribe Sun. Should be a nightmare. Yeah, these nightmare builds, though, with these giant monster tank builds, I've learned in Space Engineers just to use the what is it? The unofficial uh, motto of Keltec, which is Keltec, cause fuck it. And the reason for that is sometimes you just got to jump in there and just go, fuck it, I'm just gonna try and do this and just build it. Like F302 was the first time I ever really attempted that. I was like, I seen Captain Jack's F302. I like the look of it, but I have said this when I did the what is it, the Architens when I was building it Sunday. I a lot of times despise doing the stair step method to get shallower, to get longer angles. I hate doing that. I really wish Keen would give us more shallower and shallower angles, at least two more degrees of a couple more degrees of shallower angles, so we can make some really nice long uh, polygon uh, ships. Just get those nice long looking ships every so often. We have a little bit more to play with, but alas, they won't do it. But like I said, the thing was, I got in there and I tried that. Someone suggested it in the comments. I think Leps was the one that either Leps or Eli were the ones that suggested it. I can't remember. But did that with the bow, and the forward bow of the ship just looked amazing after I got done. I was like, yeah, it's nice. The only way I could make that bow look better in vanilla would be to run that down there and then run a series of subgrids which is going to destabilize that ship to all hell. And I don't want to do that. Plus, it would also interfere with me adding weapons and stuff like that. I'd have to add a crap ton of subgrids to make all that work. But in this case, like I said, you have the Mammoth and it works super well. I believe this is going to be the last time I work on this. So probably when Dog comes back, I'll have all the screens programmed with him. He may even throw some stuff in there to just program everything up so we can see what's going on. And then when all that's done, we'll be trying to do something else. And I think I'm probably just going to take the Architens build that I'm doing, that I was doing on the Sunday stream. And either Thursday we're going to do that, or I'm just going to jump into Helldivers and we're going to do some Helldivers. So that'll be the one thing. The amount of extra block they would have to make it compatible with all others is insane. Actually, no, you would need about for one all we need in this game is one more shallower angle. That's it. We need one more angle. And that is a subtotal of probably I want to say probably around well, yeah, 16 new blocks probably is what you would need. So yeah, it probably would be a lot. Oh well. I still want it. I still want that angle. That's something I would like in the next update is a new angle. But alas, we're gonna have to work our butts off trying to get the new stuff coming in. But one of the advantages now, me and the guys were on there. I'm just gonna start, like advertising and stuff. We and the guys are now doing a live stream, or not a live stream. We're doing a series that currently most of the episodes are members only and will stay that way until each episode comes out every Wednesday. So every Wednesday, you're going to get to see a pirate's life. That's what we're doing right now. That's what I'm calling the series. It's just us, and we are doing building and stuff. But mostly, if we see a ship and it shoots our fancy, we are going to pirate the heck out of it. And so it's kind of an unofficial start to Red Rock Raiders, which is the faction I'm trying to build. And I'm trying to build it with some cool stuff. And making all that nonsense work, that is one of those series where we've been doing some fun stuff. Dog has on that the current one of the two episodes I released today, or I put up, which are scheduled, and they will be coming out in June. No, April. That's how far we are. We're probably going to get this first season done before the year is out. And once I get enough videos for the first season, we're going to probably end the season with some type of bang or end it with some type of run. And at some point, we got to get a large ship printer started and do some other nifty stuff or get some serious print systems going for larger ships because I would like to build a cruiser at some point, something really cool. And I think I may just build the Architens on there and we'll fly it around. But we're going to get all that stuff done. We currently have a large ship, and I'm currently building that into a carrier slash salvage ship. And I did have a twin mandible system, but I think I'm going to go with a singular mandible on the right side so that we can just pull the carrier up, lock it right onto a ship that we want to take with us. And the carrier also has a whole lot of storage that we're working. So it's got a bunch of storage, and I've converted the entire ship into hydrogen now. We just need a few more blocks to start adding hydrogen to it. I need a connector system so that we can connect the ship up to the station. And I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably run some kind of connector down the backside. We also need to put a jump drive on it so we can jump and get targets. Um, Add a couple more weapons, add some more equipment, and that thing will be able and put some fighters and stuff on it because we're gonna have to build some gladiuses. We're gonna have to build a whole lot of interesting stuff to put on there, and then we can start flying around with that ship and going off doing long range missions with it. And there's enough seating and beds in there that the entire crew can just hop in and just do what they want. So they can just ride with me. We can head on out. We can hit like a station, and we can start ripping through missions, make us a bunch of money doing mercenary stuff and all sorts of things. I don't know season two. Season two, we're gonna have to do something with that. I think we're gonna go to a planet at some point. I think we're gonna drop onto a planet and we're gonna have a little bit of fun. That'll be season two, and then I don't know how the seasons are gonna go. We're gonna keep messing with this. I may do small machinima stuff about it, so we'll have the crew kind of go through, figure some stuff out, and then we'll start writing up some crap, and the crew will start doing some fun stuff. I also have other projects that I'm working on. So there's also another one I've been working on that will eventually come out whenever I get it done. Right now, I'm in the testing phase. If it works the way I'm hoping it will, we're going to have something pretty cool to play around with for a little bit. I'm just hoping it works. So it'll be a product you guys can buy. It'll be not real expensive. Actually, probably won't be very expensive at all. I'm kind of hoping I'm going to see how this thing goes, and I'm hoping I can get it around the $30 range and get everything done for 30. So that's the goal for it is the $30 range for it. And no, it's not a t-shirt. It is not a t-shirt, trust me. We're not doing if I do t-shirts, those are gonna I will tell y'all right off the bat, I am trying to figure out a t-shirt, but I'm trying to figure out a label, a logo. We're probably gonna do Pirate Net. We're gonna change Late Nighters into Pirate Net, and I'm trying to see if I can get someone to do an emblem for the Helldivers Corps. We're probably going to rebrand that. And then there'll also be Red Rock and probably have a whole bunch of other stuff going on with that as well. So those are interesting stuff that's going on there. You did say you were going to help with my build at one point last recording session. Sadly, when did you stream? I had work. Um, Let me think here. I streamed in the afternoon Sunday, I think. And I streamed for about 4 hours, and I was actually just doing an Architens build. That's all I was doing. So I was trying to build the Architens light cruiser from Star Wars, and I think I mentioned on there you were planning on needing help, and I was just going to have you hop into the build into the game with me, and we were just going to build something. But I guess you were working the whole time, Bundy. That's the problem when you got an international crew. Everybody's sleep schedules is different. We gotta play really late at night, and I've got to lose some sleep on Saturdays. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but even Leps here. Yeah, but even the 1 and 2 ones doesn't have all the options yet. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, they've got all the options on here. Uh, that's how I can get the current shapes that I'm getting on some of this stuff right now. So those shapes are there. If they added just a little bit longer ones, the the only thing I would probably change at some point, I wish they would figure out those stupid blocks and give us some like sloping angles with the panels, because then we can actually build proper you can actually do proper let me think here. You could do a proper TIE fighter or something like that with a sloped angle block, if you know what I'm talking about. Leps here, I think Renegade Bundy, yeah. I don't know what yes to. Leps, Wagner World, because pirate, water. That would be a cool one. That would be a cool one because I don't have any freaking experience building actual water ships in Space Engineers. And that would be pretty interesting right there doing a water world. I almost want to see if I could do actually, hmm, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to figure out a water world. That would be awesome. I should figure that out. A couple small like a small landmass on there, we just drop in. I don't know what we would do on there. There's got to be a reason for us to go to the planet. So I'll let me do some writing stuff. Let me play with that water world concept. There may be a reason we can do that. If you have an idea and you want, I could probably take a look and make something. Already made two logos for my faction. They're still old or too milsick though. Yeah, I don't know. I may let you. I'll try to. The one thing I like about Grok and AI is I have been able to get AI to get me something I want, but it doesn't get it totally perfect. And that's where an artist would come in play when I want to make something and make it look good. There's a logo I'm wanting to do, but I don't know. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to make it look piratey. And when I get done, the problem with Grok is, yeah, Grok can do some really cool stuff. So can ChatGPT and other AI art programs. But the problem is they have a tendency to do too much or go too literally on one of the prompts. And I haven't figured out how to stop them from doing that yet. But I'm probably going to use Grok to come up with like a baseline idea, like tell it how I want it set up, try to get that baseline idea. So then if I do get somebody to do something for me, I think I think I'm tapping Eli to see if his brother wanted to do a Helldivers logo for the Helldivers Corps. And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was doing some cool stuff. And me and him never got back together. We never got back together on that nonsense and we never pushed it. I would like to try a new logo since I'm going to rebrand them to a new deal. And I'm probably going to pull Chat GTP or Grok to give me an idea of what that label will look like, and then let him just take that image as as a focal point and just let him put his own artistic spin on it and see how that works. I think it could work out pretty good doing that because then you can see what's going on. Fun fact: the R1 Roach was originally designed to be capable of water travel. Hey, Renegade Bundy's already got us a ship. He's already got us a ship. We just got to do some modifications. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do that. We'll have to come up with like some pretty cool battleships or something like that. That'd be neat right there. I wonder if there is a wonder if there's an NPC encounter mod where we could fight ships on the sea. That would be pretty cool. Something interesting to deal with. We need a dry dock though to get that done. But anyway, yeah, like I said, any of y'all that are new watching, the stream's about over. So any of y'all that are watching, we're gonna go through the whole subscribe thing. Yeah, if you like what you're seeing, you like the builds, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I do the builds, do some Helldivers, sometimes Mech Warrior if I ever get the time, but I've rarely got the time to do it. And I think me and Dog may try to do some Mech Warrior at some point because I started a Mech Warrior run. I've got my Hunchback and a couple other things to work with on it. I think me and him might try to do something on my Mercenary Corps. I don't know, maybe at some point. And yeah, just be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want, you can, let me think here. You can hype the video. I heard that there's a hyping thing. I don't know if y'all can hype or not. If you can, please do. please do. It'll help out the channel, and I like that. Also, like I said, the series that we're doing, the games that I'm playing, some of those episodes, I've started doing a schedule thing, and we have a membership. It's 99 cents a month. It buys me 99 cents, just gets me a can of Dr. Pepper because there's actually some places in my area that have canned sodas for 50 to 75 cents or to a dollar. So when I say you're buying a Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper runs the channel, so it keeps me going. So I don't like keel over and die, fall off a roof and die somewhere. Yeah. So have all that going on. And if y'all want, like I said, you can do that, support the channel. And by doing that, by giving 99 cents the channel every month, you get access to all the all the early content. And right now, I've got content going on past February right now. We've got Cleared Hot as the Let's Play that I've done, which is going on to February. And I'm probably going to be doing another Let's Play at some point. I'm going to have to pick a game or something. Kind of want to do something kind of old school and stay in the realm of something that's easy to play and get through. Um, may finish up Lost Planet because I've been doing Lost Planet. Lost Planet, I kind of stopped doing because of how difficult it was to, because it was a difficult game to play because I have to get the game going. I have to have it recording before I start the game. And then I had to do all kinds of recording and stuff to finish that up. So I can do all that. But if you do 99 cents, you will get to binge watch A Pirate's Life all the way to June. Okay. That is one episode per week on Wednesday, every week from now till June. Currently, after this weekend, I will probably be getting close to July with all the stuff that we've gotten done. And once we get to December, that'll be season one done. Like I've been telling everyone, we're probably going to take a break after season one, just like 1 or 2 weeks off. Probably get some members together and do some type of event with the members. So you guys will also get to come in, do some cool stuff. Um, if you got space engineers and you want it, you can play with us. Okay, that's another thing. You got to have space engineers. And then let's see, Renegade Bundy here. He's saying he's got MechWare Leps. 3D print and paint and assets from Google Images gets you pretty far though. Yeah, well, usually I use AI for just mock-up ideas. I do use the AI because I can take a picture from in-game where I'm watching the video, so it's an actual in-game uh, deal, unless I just do something custom on there. The and what I can do is I can actually tell Grok. Grok is really good at this. You can take a picture from Space Engineers with like, look here, all the nonsense up here, all the symbols and everything, and just tell Grok remove all text and symbols, and Grok will make it look like that. And you can do, if there's like a scene in the video that looks really cool or something like that, I can literally just snatch that off and throw it into Grok, and it will just go, "Yep, okay, text and symbols removed. Here you go." And then I can take that and I can scale it up a little bit inside of a photo program I have on my phone while I'm on lunch break, and then I can put just make a nice, cool looking thumbnail, and that goes up on front of it. But yeah, like I said, you get to look at all the videos. Like I said, lots of good stuff. Probably gonna finish up Lost Planet. Probably gonna pick another game that I can play somewhere on here, and then we're gonna go from there and see what else I can get done with the system. So, gotta figure out what the next game is I'm gonna play. There's a lot of cool ideas. I really, because Avatar came out recently, I really want to get the original Avatar the game movie because it was actually really good. Like it was one of the few times. So in the 90s, when I was growing up, one of the main rules you always did was if a game came out from a movie and it said such had the movie title and the game are followed by the game, like Indiana Jones the game or The Mummy the game or uh, unless it was like a serious company that was really putting in and EA was behind it, it was usually crap. So you were like, no, 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 I don't need that nonsense. I don't need to deal with that. But Avatar came out with Avatar the game, and it wasn't Avatar uh, Frontier Pandora. Avatar the game actually had a point where you would come in and you were in your avatar form and you had a choice between siding with the Navi blue hippie things, or you could just turn around, join General Quaritch, and fight for humanity. And 9 times out of 10, I'd be fighting for humanity. So if I did that game, we'd be fighting for humanity. Fuck the Navi. And that's one thing I've been interested. I've been on with about Helldivers. I would love a Helldivers mod where we drop in there and fight the frickin' Navi on Pandora. Like just drop into a jungle planet and start fighting the frickin' blue freaks. Start blowing them away. Humanity first, ladies and gentlemen. Humanity first. Uh, no, it's not YouTube Premium. Leps is sitting here like it's YouTube Premium as far as I know. No, you can. There's actually a join button in on my channel or on the videos. If you click the join button, that will be where you can jump in and do the membership. And the membership, yeah, YouTube is going to take a portion of that, but like I said, you get all the scheduling stuff, and I run the scheduling stuff. I tell people a lot of times I run the scheduling a little long sometimes, especially if I can get a series of stuff done and I can get a workflow started. And I've kind of gotten one with I've gotten one with the pirate series that we're doing. So since I got that going, I actually got it all really far out there. So there is a ton of episodes. So if you want to like hop on there and like I said, it's 99 cents. I didn't make it very big. That's as low as I can go on YouTube. YouTube wouldn't let me go below 99 cents. Bummer. I'd have went for a penny if I thought I could do it, but they wouldn't let me. But they started what most people do is they usually start at like a dollar or something, and I was like, we'll do 99 cents because that seems a whole lot more reasonable. And when I did it, times they were as tough for a lot of people in the states. So like high gas prices and stuff, we were looking at $3 a gallon gas, and where I was at, which is unheard of, and now it's like 2.47, and it's just dropping. This little Venezuela thing, it was like it was holding steady at about 2.49, and now Venezuela has given the United States 50 million barrels of oil after we went in there and you know kidnapped Maduro, so to speak. And now they're like, yeah, here's a whole bunch of oil, America. Just don't do that again. So we're like, hey, look, gas dropped to 2.47 now, and it's going even lower down. I'm like, if I could just if this can keep going for another month or two, I can get a lot of things caught back up because things get really cheap. I can get a lot of things caught up. Actually, no, I can get ahead on a lot of things, and then life could be a little bit better. I might could invest in some stuff. But like I said, the product idea that I've got is no hype feature is YouTube Premium. Ah, okay. That's too bad. Do I have to have YouTube Premium? Because I've hyped videos before and I don't have it. Maybe it's a creator thing. I don't know. That's a bummer. But yeah. Uh, like I said, that and I've got a cool idea. My daughter's been helping me with it. Uh, I think Gomer knows what it is too. I've told him. And at some point in time, I'm gonna need some help with it. Not just me. I'm gonna need some people to help with it. So as soon as I get it to where it'll work, I've got to smooth some stuff out on the product and make it work. And I'll have something pretty cool to put in. And this is something that the ever so often the space engineers community gets over there and says, "Can we have this?" And Keen is like, we don't know if we can do this. So I've just been sitting here thinking, fuck it, I'll do it myself. So I can't use the space engineer's name for this. So I've had to come up with a different name and everything else. But it is pretty cool. It's pretty cool what I've managed to come up with. I've come up with some pretty cool ideas for it. I want to say too much because then everybody will figure it out. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, everybody, thank you all for watching. I've sat here and rambled for about 30 more minutes, and if I don't get off, I'm going to be really tired, and I've got to rip a roof off before the rain hits Thursday and get it all back on. So, and then Thursday, I got to make a trip to St. Louis. So, wonderful times, wonderful times. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty out there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.